It is still touch and go for an undercover Albuquerque officer tonight. He was shot by a fellow officer during an undercover drug bust gone horribly wrong. And tonight we're learning more about exactly what happened in that bust. We do not know why shots were fired, but we do know that bust was small, only about $60 of meth being sold. Stephanie Claytor spoke with Chief Gordon Eden today. Steph, what did you learn?
Well, he said that detective is still at UNM Hospital here behind me in critical condition. I just spoke with the department spokeswoman. She tells me that the detective went into surgery at 1:30 and he did get out of that surgery, so the department is happy about that. But she says he's still not talking, not awake, and that only his wife has been able to talk to him.
I'd like to thank the Albuquerque ambulance. Those paramedics saved his life.
Chief Gordon Eden got emotional when he talked about his undercover narcotics detective who was shot by an undercover lieutenant yesterday.
The family has asked us to ask you not to disclose the undercover detective's name.
We are fulfilling that request, but we did want to show you video of one of the male detectives involved in the drug bust right before the shooting yesterday. This is video of him from January 2012. Just before yesterday's shooting at this McDonald's, two narcotics detectives, a male and a female, were undercover in an unmarked car with these two suspects, Damian Bailey and Edmund Vester. That's according to the criminal complaint released on the suspects. It states that Vester went into the Econo Lodge next to the McDonald's on Central and got back into the car, reportedly selling the female detective some meth. It says that female detective then drove the car next door to the McDonald's and signaled for assisting undercover detectives to make the arrests. Wallace Anderson, a witness, told us he heard at least 4 gunshots, but he didn't see the shooting.
We just saw them wrestling with the victims, or the criminals.
But in the criminal complaint, there's no mention of any scuffle with the suspects. The two men are both in custody and were not injured.
Undercover narcotics work is probably some of the most dangerous work that we do in law enforcement.
What remains a mystery is why the undercover lieutenant shot his fellow undercover detective.
We don't know. As I stated yesterday, we have not had an opportunity yet to interview those officers. We hope that the multi-jurisdictional officer-involved shooting team finishes up those interviews in the next couple of days.
The police department would not confirm whether either of the suspects had a weapon, and also neither undercover detective had a lapel camera on or a bulletproof vest. And we learned that the Bernalillo County Sheriff's Office, along with the Rio Rancho Police and State Police, continue to investigate the shooting. Live at UNM Hospital, Stephanie Claytor, KOB Eyewitness News 4.
And as we saw in that video, Mayor Berry was also at today's briefing outside UNM Hospital. He spoke about our city really coming forward in many different ways to support all of the officers involved in this. And we do know that the lieutenant who fired the shots is receiving help and counseling from their behavioral sciences unit. The chief says that lieutenant is just devastated. The mayor told us today several hotels have offered free rooms for the family members coming in from out of town.
As a mayor, during a very difficult time for the department and the community, I just want to thank everybody from the business community to other law enforcement agencies to the doctors that are working hard to save a life here at UNM Hospital.
And the chief reminded the public we cannot forget about Officer Lou Golson. He actually just had another surgery yesterday. Chief Eden said that Officer Golson is now at UNM's Sandoval County location. Golson was shot several times by a DWI suspect, police say, during a traffic stop last weekend. And the chief says Golson's prognosis is good, but it will be some time before he can return to